that Skippy and Jiffy U.S. Supreme Court went too far. Yeah, I repeat myself. That Skippy and Jiffy U.S. Supreme Court went too far. Yes, they did. It so happens that that religious woman from Kentucky did the right thing, stood by her grounds, kept her faith in touch, and stated, "You cannot go beyond my God." It so happens that Skippy and Jiffy U.S. Supreme Court is a man and woman's court. And it so happens that they care less and ignore of God that is right in their face in the principles of how they judge justice regarding to them being a judicial, legal license of the court. But in all due respect, if they can deny that woman of her freedom of liberty of religion and sit here and allow those who is of the immoral in regarding to Sodom and Gomorrah, and knowing that they cannot produce life upon one another, and saying that they can take the title of marriage that is presented down by God and become one as a married couple, that Skippy and Jiffy U.S. Supreme Court had made the biggest mistake. Well, those Jews make the biggest mistake in the humanity of life itself. As I say earlier, that Kentucky woman, and she is by far a Kentuckian, had did the right thing and is doing the right thing, standing by her Christian principles. Sure, the Christianity is not always right. Sure, there's flaws in the Christianity church. There's flaws in the Catholic church. The same as there's flaws in the Islamic church. But if you pay close attention to the Islamic religion, the Islamic people who turn it on their own people is not done by them. It is done by the mockery and the supreme evil of the United States of America. Was there weapons of mass destruction in Iraq? Where is Saddam Hussein? Is Yasser Arafat still defending his territorial grounds of Afghanistan and looking after the true Palestinians who are not of the off yoke, but is of Egypt itself? If I'm not mistaken, some would consider them of the off yoke, but Israel is not Israel. It is the Palestinians. Those Israelites are of the off yoke. And by them being who they are, they say to themselves, this is ours. And how do they do it? By the mockery of America. Will the U.S. Supreme Court, known as the Skippy and Jiffy Supreme Court, sit and tell Islam, the religion of Islam, that they cannot intervene or condone their religion regarding to so-called quote-unquote Mayflower hell children, descendants of the Mayflower, who are immigrants, children of immigrants, that they cannot stop them from getting married? Will the Skippy and Jiffy U.S. Supreme Court address this to Islam? If they do, they put the foot not only in their mouth, but in their ass, because for some reason, someone forgets about Muhammad Ali. That's right. The great Muhammad Ali, who took on the U.S. Supreme Court based upon his religion, and his religion dealt with all areas of aspect of humanity. From his wife to his children to his religious beliefs and to his act as a human being. But it so happens that these Jews, Skippy and Jiffy U.S. Supreme Court, had acknowledged the Sodom and Gomorrah and accepted it. By these individuals who consider themselves as Americans and they don't even know who the fuck America is. Ask any one of them, what is America? How was America formed? When did America become America? Do you know the true land that America called America, that was and was never ever America? Do you? No, they don't. These are the children of the European Mayflower hell that are causing this chaos from the descendant of their parents' way of life where they came from, the European countries. And the irony of it is, the black people, the slaves, the descendant of the African slaves, the one that don't know themselves. Well, obviously, if you don't know yourself, you will go along with those who say go along. If you don't know who you are, it's most likely you will follow those who present to you in the face of society the way it is and the way that you should abide by. So, it's a nasty situation in the hell of a small region known as North America for this to happen. When I say those Skippy and Jiffy U.S. Supreme Court, I'm not referring to Anthony Scalia, Samuel Alito, John Roberts, or Clarence Thomas. Those are the four descendant judges who said no. I'm referring to Ginsburg, the Jew, the descendant of the immigrant. I'm referring to Kennedy, the Jew, the descendant of the immigrant. I'm referring to Breyer, Jew, the descendant of an immigrant. I'm referring to Keening, the Harvard grad appointed by so-called quote-unquote black Obama. Jew, descendant of an immigrant. And most likely, the one of all, Sotomayor, the one that come from off the island, calling herself a Puerto Rican. She's a Puerto Rican Jew. That's what she is. Those Jews made the biggest mistake, if you ask me, in the history of humanity. Sure, God's watching. My God is watching. Sure, my God is keeping a watchful eye on everything they do. But as you pay close attention, America don't know who the fuck America is right now, because you got motherfuckers in America who think they're Americans and don't even know of America. I asked a motherfucker the other day, hey, are you American? He said, sure. I said, when did America get its independence? Didn't know. How did America become America? Didn't know. Who was the first settlers in America? Didn't know. What was America before it was America? Didn't know. But these so-called quote-unquote immigrants, Americans, who in high government sits and say, well, let's let them in. Let them in for what? Chaos? Chaos for those who are here, but profitable, capitalistic for you. Anyway, I gotta go. It's a sad situation, but it ain't gonna get no better. When Barack Obama leave, they call him Nigger Obama now. Ain't that a bitch? His last days in office, they call him Nigger Obama. Well, they call him Nigger Obama when he got in. So I guess it's feasible to call him Nigger Obama when he get out. But President Obama, Honorable Obama, the righteous one, the one that have a good heart, I truly do believe the man was looking in the right direction, in the right path. It just so happens that he met Satan in the face, came face to face with Satan, and the rest was history. Sure, I disagree with what he said in 2008, no reparation to the black people. Obviously, anyone would disagree with that who is of the African descendant. But to look at the overall picture, the man was looking beyond that. He was looking at himself and his family and his children. As far as the people, do you honestly, really, truly believe that he was thinking of the American people? Even though he excluded 2008, the Africans, pertaining to the history of the Africans? That statement alone said that shit. He not only cared less about the African Americans regarding his reparated, he give a fuck about the Americans who are in America. And his main principle is to get up in that Oval Office and do what he want to do for him and for his family, and which he have done. Now, you hate him for that? I think not. Is it the wrong thing to do? Sure, in some people's eyes. But put yourself in a position of being a man who forced to say that he is not of Islam, being a man who's forced to say that he is not of what you call, quote-unquote, biracial, but is black. being a man who was forced to say that he was born in America, Hawaii, other than any other country. So, and being a man forced to say that he denied a well-known African-American leader, Louis Farrakhan. He not only denied him, he not only denounced him. This is bullshit. This is not all orchestrated by the white devil, Hillary Clinton. You didn't see the media? It's a difference between denouncing and rejecting. That bitch is terrible, isn't she? Hillary. You just wait till that bitch try to get up in the Oval Office. There'll be no more blacks in America. Didn't Bill Clinton did shit, man. Come on. Let's get it right. If anyone would be a appropriate choice, it would be Trump. I hate to say it. I'm Islamic myself, but the true reality of it is that you need someone who is business inclined. You need someone who is globally informed. You need someone who has the credentials in regarding to how to operate and function the money in pertaining to the situation at hand. And that would be no other than Donald Trump. The man has the bankers to back him. The man has the credibility to do it. And anyone who stands in his way, they will be pushed aside. I remember his father, Frank Trump, very well, and the governor of New York, Nelson Rockefeller. I remember him very well. Businessman. They made it clear this is what we do. We create, we develop, and we produce. And I think that's what Donald Trump's going to do. Create, develop, and produce. And as far as China, your $1.6 trillion, you're not going to get paid. Get it from Clinton. He the one who did it. He the one who owes you. Bill Clinton owes you. Not the American people, not the American government. In other words, get Bill. I gotta go. Trump 2016.